Hi Gemini, this is your forecast for the month of June 2017. This is a general reading for Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, or Gemini Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. You can watch your reading in 3 different ways: the full extended monthly, or for just the energy influence, watch the brief. Or if you prefer, watch the weekly for the upcoming week. Weeklies also make it easy for you to review information you may have forgotten in the full reading. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, and I invite you to follow me on Facebook, Google+, and Instagram. Please also check out my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/on-demand/findinglove for monthly love readings. So Gemini, this first week, you have this excellent card. This is a card where for some of you, maybe you're taking a vacation, or you're involved in some kind of social event, or you're at a place where there are a number of people gathered. But there could be a sense of contentment. Maybe you're even, perhaps some of you, maybe you're moving in with someone, maybe you're joining forces with another, maybe you're buying a home. So this is all about a focus on that first stage of getting through something, continuing a project, meeting with some initial success, making some progress. And you're feeling a green light to continue in a direction that you're headed in. Maybe, again, you're moving house. Maybe you're setting up a new home. Maybe you're looking for your freedom. Maybe you're looking to join forces in an alliance, but there's some excitement about a situation. A sense of playfulness, enjoyment. Some of you, again, this is a vacation. You're taking a time out. You're letting loose. You're letting go. For others of you, you've worked hard. Maybe you feel somewhat inhibited. Maybe you just need to have some downtime. Whatever it is, this card is going to offer you the opportunity to make some constructive changes or to complete a situation, close something out. It's going to give you an opportunity to create a win-win situation for all parties involved. More importantly, some beneficial changes for you. So something happening at work or at home could create a doorway of opportunity that gives you greater security and peace of mind. This is a fortunate card that allows you the ability to create the outcome, the best possible outcome, a happy ending for yourself. And you're able to manipulate situations in ways that work for you. There's a flexibility and adaptability that allows you to connect and make positive change, even if you're dealing with somebody challenging or difficult. Also, you may be trying to get down to the bottom of something to find out the truth about something, where you stand, where you're going, how much progress you're making. And that information is going to give you the ability to prevent making a mistake, or in some cases, undo the damage that's already occurred. So this is a week where you can gain some peace of mind for yourself. Now, for others of you, there's a lack of progress. There's something going on that is causing some type of a delay or disruption. There's some problems in the home, and maybe you're successful, but maybe it's coming at a high price, or maybe you are not getting a commitment that you wanted. This could relate to marriage, and maybe somebody's not as committed to the relationship, or you're even dissolving a partnership somehow, or there's a need to protect yourself against some kind of loss. Now, some of this could be caused by your own undoing. You may have said some things or stepped out there in ways that weren't good for you. You acted without thinking, and now you're dealing with the results of that, the ramifications. And it could be that people are making efforts, and no matter what they do, nothing is going to live up to your expectation. So this is going to be a week where you're going to be rethinking your security. And again, this is about win-win situations, not just you coming out on top. Mutual benefit and exchange. So if you're too self-involved, or you're just working from the vantage point solely of your own self-interest, you may not see a situation for what it truly is. Now, the second week, you have a major card. So there's the catalyst for change occurring through situations, through your own volition, or you're meeting up with an agent of change in your life somehow. But a major transformation is taking place, some inevitable change. Now, you may feel empowered or renewed by this change. You may feel liberated in some way. You may have decided to leave your past behind. And again, this may have to do with home or property. Maybe you're leaving home, you're starting a new relationship, you're getting married, you're getting divorced. But there's some kind of shedding taking place, a purging, a letting go, a cutting away, a releasing of some sort. This may connect to some unfinished business that you have. This could be a very intense week where you are grappling with issues that are really at the core of life, whether they are money issues, issues of sexuality, issues of intimacy. Some of you may be dealing with surgery. Whatever is life-altering and life-transformational, and in the most intense way, you could be encountering that in some way. Maybe, there are issues connected to shared resources, or maybe you're even dealing with psychological issues and trying to have a breakthrough of some sort emotionally, where you're grappling with power, the use of power, obsessions, compulsions, manipulation, underhanded maneuvers. But whatever it is, whether it's an opportunity or whether it's a challenge, your instincts to survive have kicked in, and they're very strong. And you want to make some changes. You want to change who you are at the core of you. And this is going to be a week where you're not going to want to be limited. You're not going to want to be confined. You want to know exactly where you are, where you're headed, where you're going. And you want to release any form of uncertainty or anything that's been holding you back and keeping you stagnant. And it's all driven by this desire for security. Now, this could focus on renewing something, resurrecting a partnership. You're trying to make some changes, or maybe there was something that you thought was dead and over with, and now you're facing that again. It's come back to life. Or maybe you just want to renew yourself in some way, or there's a need for you to move on from the past, or something that's old, something that's not serving you anymore. So this is about endings and new beginnings, whether that's an emotional relationship, a situation, a friendship, and doing it in ways where it may not be completely dead or over with, but simply transformed. It's taking on a new shape. You're looking at it differently. It looks different. And, some of you, maybe you're resuming some things that connect to the past. Whatever it is, this need to survive, this need for security is allowing you to bend and go with the flow and accommodate any new directions or twists and turns in the road, even those that you didn't expect. So this is a week of empowering yourself, creating some beneficial changes, maybe feeling the surge of that initial success by either releasing or renewing something. And you could be focused on something material, emotional, physical, psychological. And if you're ready to make a new start, then this week is the moment to do that. You can find a better way if you're ready to undergo that transformation. Now, if not, it's likely that you're holding on to something. And if this was from last week where nothing anybody could do to please you, it could be you're stuck on negative energy, unpleasant circumstances that give you license to sell yourself short, make excuses for yourself, and bypass opportunities and connections to others that could make a real difference for you. So if you're closing off and you're not opening yourself up to dialogue, you won't be able to work out any differences between you and another person, and you won't be able to create that much needed change. So the longer you're hanging around in denial, the longer you're stuck or resistant to making some changes, the longer you're going to be right here and now. And if you like it, that's good. But if not, you're going to be very uncomfortable this week. Now, the third week, you have the Page of Wands. So there's a change in plan for whatever reason. Now, maybe you're getting some very exciting news. Maybe, you're taking some action. There's something has happened and it requires your immediate attention and for you to take some action. But this could be a week where you feel optimism, you feel energetic, maybe you're enterprising in some way, you feel passionate about something. Maybe there's a spark that has been renewed. Maybe you're learning something, or maybe you have met someone new. But this is about making some changes that are driven by your ambitions. Now, perhaps there's something unexpected, or you're going to be innovative or original this week. Maybe you're looking at matters that connect to your future, new ideas, future possibilities, new possibilities, changing your attitude. So something that connects to your ambitions, education, your passion, or perhaps, something that has to do with influence in some way. And this is a good week. If last week there were some changes that needed to be made, this week you could find yourself making some small changes, taking some small steps that ultimately, though, will have a big impact on your future. And it could be, just changing your attitude or your environment in some way. Some of you may decide to take a trip. Now, maybe you're taking a trip, on a vacation somewhere, or a gathering, a party, somewhere, where you're going to reap some kind of benefit. And in the process, you're going to be able to use your social skills that maybe you thought were sort of rusty, and yet you discover that you possess more relatability than you had imagined. For others of you, you're having to let go of something. There's a stagnancy in a situation, and something has changed, and it's changed in a way that you can't necessarily pinpoint, and it's making you feel a sense of anxiety and feel uncomfortable. Now, this could be a relationship where, you feel as if somebody has broken your heart, or you're not getting the attention that you deserve. It could be situations where there's some insensitivity and somebody's saying something that they shouldn't, something negative, or somebody's being unreliable, or they're releasing some secrets that should be kept intact. This may have to do with trust or feeling conflicted in some way. For some of you, this is about not knowing which way to go, not knowing how to create those beneficial changes because you're caught up in your fears, or you're obsessing about something that happened that was negative, or even the possibility that something negative is going to happen. Some of you may be dealing with people who are very immature, and there's an inability for them to commit to a relationship or focus on the future. Now, that could be you or somebody you're connected to, somebody who is complacent, who's irresponsible, who's immature. Or there can be issues where somebody is lacking passion or motivation, and so again, stuck in stagnation. So this is about, again, focused on some unexpected news that arrives, or perhaps dealing with the past in some way, some unexpected encounter, or needing to face the fact that you should open yourself up to some new possibilities. Now, the last week you have this Ace of Cups. So there is a new beginning with regard to your emotions. And this could be a week where maybe you're connecting to divine source in some way, or your psychism has increased, your intuition is strong. Maybe you're feeling a sense of renewal because of some actions that you've taken, or some decision that you've made. It could be that you've started a project and you decided to take some action on it, and so this creative enterprise is blooming in some way, or you're reviving a relationship. But there is a sense of abundance. Something is being offered to you from the universe. So there's opportunity for love, for intimacy, for new relationships, for sensual passion. And so this could be about falling in love all over again, whether with a person, an endeavor, a pursuit, or even yourself. So maybe you're focused this week on how you express yourself, whether you're doing what you love, whether you're in situations that you feel good about, how you express yourself, if you're living a joyful life, if you feel vitality in your life, health-wise, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. Now, for some of you, if you're dealing with issues where you can't let go of the past, you're holding on to negative energy, you won't take the action that you need to, you're dealing with immature people, this could be feeling as if you're losing love, that your feelings are not being reciprocated. You feel unhappy, you feel rejected, brokenhearted, and so you may even feel like somebody is toying with your emotions. There's a lack of emotional fulfillment that leaves you with a sense of grief. Maybe you're separating, or again, dealing with problems in the relationship, or somebody's feeling as if they're not getting what they're due. There could be issues of selfishness or self-centeredness. So some of you are entering into some type of emotional crisis. And this could be a week where you feel compelled to share your feelings with another person because you feel so strongly. So you may tell someone exactly how you feel in a loving way. Maybe you're offering, to get married, there's a proposal, or you're simply passionately declaring your love for another person. Maybe you've decided to renew that commitment that you have to someone, or maybe there's something that you've decided to do, that some romantic gesture, some outpouring of love that you're offering to someone else, or that's being offered to you. It could be that, you're meeting someone and bam, this is love at first sight. But for others of you, there are some issues, and you may be involved in some type of disagreement. In fact, it could be quite bitter and very hurtful, an exchange that you have with another, and you may feel as if you are being overwhelmed by your emotions. So for some of you, the cup is running over with love, with joy, abundance, and good feeling. And for others of you, that cup is running over because you cannot contain the depth of that emotion you feel, based in sorrow and grief. Now, the underlying energy is the Knight of Swords. And so some of you are dealing with air sign people. This could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And that Page of Wands could have been fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Death card could have been Scorpio. Any of those signs may be important this month, or maybe it's just the energy that this knight possesses. Now, one of the things is that this is an energy, a knight who is on a quest to get what he wants. He does not like to take no for an answer. Consequently, he's a champion for a cause, he's a leader, he's a communicator, and he's moving quickly. And So for some of you, you're involved in a conflict. You're rushing off in a dispute, or you're rushing to protect someone, or you're trying to get that protection. For some of you, this is about using the intellect. And it could be that you have some really bright ideas. You're some things that are going to bring some success to you, business-wise, financial-wise. But it could also be that there are elements where somebody's being ruthless or selfish in their pursuit of a goal, whatever that goal may be, almost fanatical. So somebody could be, dictatorial. Maybe you're dealing with a troublemaker this month, somebody who's very aggressive, somebody who thinks they know everything. You could be dealing with gossip, or somebody who's disrespectful. You may feel bullied. Hopefully you're not dealing with anybody that's violent. But this could also be somebody who's using the intellect. They're a professional advisor for you in some way. They're involved in an intellectual occupation that involves technology or the economy or finance. Maybe you're dealing with stockbrokers or a financial planner, or somebody involved in investments, or somebody who's teaching. So whatever it is, there's something that probably happens that's unexpected, that's going to create a domino effect for you in another area of your life, based on a situation or your behavior. So this is a month for you to choose your battles wisely. Now, some of you, there's issues connected to communication and travel, and this is a celebration of sorts. There's some good news, some doors are opening. Maybe you're traveling for something. For others of you, you're trying to create some movement. If there's anything, you need to relax. You're caught up in something. Now, this may center on, trying to get some protection during a difficult time, acting on some new ideas. This could be a very busy month with a lot of coming and going, again, due to an unexpected situation, something related to the intellect or conflict or new people, new experiences, something that requires swift action or a quick solution, something where you would need to make a decision and perhaps be persuasive in your communication about it. It may be the use of force or trying to come to some type of resolution. Whatever it is, this is going to be a month where there's a love and a freedom of expression, and that's the focus. There's an ability, depending on how you use the energy, to either bring drama into your life or to simplify things and get clear. Whatever it is, there's a desire to create a situation, again, a win-win, where you accommodate others as well as creating a situation that suits you personally. And so situations can be very challenging this month, and they impact your destiny and, again, your independence. And they also play on your emotions. So there's a review of some sort, and it may connect to some type of promise that was made or that needs to be made, or some type of invitation to go somewhere or do something. It's very important for you to pay attention to the details this month. And for some of you, something in events, there's timing at play, and timing is critical. So you'll need to pay attention to detail, and the timing is critical. Now, if there are any elements of aggression in your situation, whatever you're dealing with could be rather unpleasant emotionally. However, it could be the catalyst for change, where you're entering the final stages of trying to overcome some type of emotional issue. There's some emotional unrest, and you are being challenged, again, to reinvent yourself, to rethink who you are. Some of you, that may come down to trying to reestablish communication with family members or people that are important to you. For some of you, you're stuck. There's a stagnancy. You know you need to make some changes. Perhaps you even know what those changes are, and yet you're running away. You're hiding from those. And ultimately, they play on you physically because of the stress that's weighing on you. But know this, You may be down, but you are not out. Small changes will make a big difference. Keeping that fighting spirit, the urge to overcome, that will to survive, is your ticket. Now, some of you, maybe you're fighting to be accepted. You're trying to belong in some way. And, that could be the social group that you're within. It could be family or those that you consider to be your tribe. Whatever it is, this is a month of profound change for you on some level. And either you're pulling the trigger or you're confronting it. All right, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know with your comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a great month, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.